Hello and welcome into another edition of the Scorching Start on the Birds Broadcast Network. I'm your host, Sammy Miller, alongside your broadcasters, Ian Nicholas and Dylan Pescatore. We are back home at Eldridge Park after last night's game against Brewster got rained out. And the Firebirds, they are on a 3-game losing streak right now. Ian, what has been the biggest weakness you've seen so far in the last 3 outings?
Well, obviously it's offensive production. You can't really hide away from that fact. Only 3 runs in the last 3 games. But you got to think that at this point, there's only one way to go. These guys had an opportunity yesterday to get a day off, get some extra work in with the Brewster game being rained out. And I understand that the bats aren't hot right now. Guys might be doing a little bit too much from the plate. If you simplify it, if you simplify the outcomes, I think the good outcomes will finally start to happen for this team.
And on Friday night when they played against Cotuit, they were really in it and they had those opportunities. So really the story was them not capitalizing on those opportunities. So Dylan, what do they need to do to really execute in those at-bats?
Yeah, they had 11 runs stranded against Cotuit in a 6-1 loss. To how to find a way to get those runners in, bunt, hit, make contact, anything you can do except the pop-up, the strikeout, anything that is negative outcomes to the team. Second and third opportunities, bases loaded opportunities, all went for naught against Cotuit. In the next 11 days, 11 games, a lot of time to figure that out.
And I feel like I keep saying this, but the pitching has still been very strong throughout all 6 games. And it was the same way on Friday. It was Daniel Avitia on the mound, the starting pitcher from GCU. He went 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. And Kelly Nicholson said after the game that he might be one of the best pitchers next season. What do you think about that statement, Ian?
Well, I can't go against Kelly. He's been here for 2 decades, started as a pitching coach, was a collegiate pitching coach, was a pitcher himself in college. I really have no say. But if I do want to add anything, Daniel is a fantastic pitcher. He's had 2 quality starts under his belt. He was drafted out of high school, and he's only gotten better since going to Grand Canyon. He's going to be a junior next year. He's already one of, if not the best pitcher in the WAC, and now he's easily, so far, the best pitcher Orleans has had in the starting rotation.
And let's stick with the pitchers here. Today, it's Cam Leiter, the pitcher from Florida State. He'll be starting on the mound for the Firebirds. And the last time he was starting, it was also against Harwich, but not his best outing. He went 4 innings, and he had some walks in there as well. So, Dylan, I think it's going to be a little bit of a difference for him today. What are you expecting out of this pitcher?
Yeah, it was just a start to get the nerves out, right? So first time on the Cape, first time starting against really tough hitters 1 through 9. What happened against his start last Sunday against Harwich in a 10-3 loss. However, Cam has to control his all-speed pitches. Changeup, curveball, and slider. If he gets one of those along with his automatic fastball, he'll be in good hands.
And the last time the Firebirds did face the Mariners, they lost 10-3. So, Ian, what types of adjustments do you think the Firebirds need to make to get a win tonight?
They need to keep the runs off the board early. Harwich, a team with only 1 home run on the year, but they still barrel the ball really well and just jump out early. This is a Harwich team that has lost 3 of its last 4 since beating down on Orleans just a week ago today. So realize that it's still early on in the year. Realize you have to get off to a bit of a stronger start. And I think Cam Leiter needs to have his best stuff through those first 4 innings, kind of like Dylan was alluding to.
And guys, I need the keys to the game. Dylan, we're starting out with you.
My key to the game is to, as Ian said, get through the first 4 innings clean, find a way to get to the bullpen, which has been so good. But I need a good start from Leiter to set the Firebirds up for a win.
Ian, how about you? What's your key?
Max Fesky, the hitting coach, he told us sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains. That's a little shout out to Bull Durham there. You just got to realize that you had the off day to get to know your guys a little bit better, continue to bond as a group, and look only in one direction, which is forwards. So much season ahead. Don't let this 3-game losing streak become anything more than it is.
Well, it should definitely be an exciting game. And that's it for this Scorching Start. But don't you worry, we have a lot more with interviews coming up with the manager, Kelly Nicholson.
All right, let's go to war, boys. You guys can get out.
I'm now joined alongside Firebirds manager Kelly Nicholson. Now, Coach, what's your process like when games do get postponed with lineups and also your bullpen?
Well, today was pretty simple, Sammy. We just pushed everybody back. We're going to have the same lineup that we were going to use last night against Brewster. We just pushed the rotation back, so it was pretty simple. Just changed the date on the lineup card and switched in a new team.
And you guys seem like you're right there. In your game on Friday, you guys had sometimes the bases were loaded. What is that little extra step that you guys need to do to execute at those at-bats?
Yeah, I think it's in any baseball game, the team that kind of gets a big hit, that's obviously important. And, yeah, we had some opportunity to score, and I'm sure we're going to score in the future. We just didn't happen to score on Friday night. So yeah, we were kind of a swing away, and but when it doesn't happen, you learn from it. You just kind of move onward and forward thinking, and try to get on to today.
And Austin Overn for you guys has been a very special player. Great speed, great aggressiveness. What makes him so special?
His speed. He's probably the fastest guy he might be the fastest kid in college baseball. He's fun to watch. He gets great jumps in the outfield. He runs balls down. There was a ball hit the other night that I thought, oh, that might be a gapper. And next thing you know, he's camped under it. So he gets great reads. He's got good speed. He's instinctual. He's a California State High School Athlete of the Year. He's fun to watch play, man.
And Cam Leiter is back on the mound for you guys today. He was also the pitcher that faced the Mariners last week. So what should we be expecting from Leiter as just a competitor out there as well?
Yeah, his last name's Leiter. Those Leiters know how to pitch. So expect Cam to throw the ball well. It's going to be probably a low to mid-90s fastball with really good stuff. And the key to Cam performing tonight is commanding his fastball. If he's in the zone, he and the Birds should have a little bit of success tonight.
And what do you think is the biggest key to get the win against the Mariners?
We got to score more runs than they do. It's the same thing. We got to be good on the mound. We got to put the ball in play, not strike out. Play good defense and be mindful on the bases. If we can do all of those things tonight, we'll have a chance. Harwich is a good club. They're a very good team. So got our work cut out for us tonight. And we would like to think that Harwich, Facein Leiter, and our lineup has work cut out for them as well.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much and good luck tonight.
You bet, Sammy. Thank you.
Hey, set the tone, boys.
I'm now joined alongside Kent State outfielder Jake Casey. Jake, you've had about a week here on the Cape. How have you been enjoying it so far?
It's been a blast. All the guys are really cool, and it's been really cool just getting to know them and playing with them.
It's a very special day. It's Father's Day. Sean Casey, your father. How special is it to be able to have a father like that who's been able to kind of show you the ropes?
It's really special. I mean, just for the game of baseball, having him as my coach and obviously my dad. But, me and him hit all the time as much as we can whenever I'm home. I call him every day, and it's just good to have him by my side.
And how about memories? Growing up in your backyard playing catch, is there a memory that sticks out to you?
Memories, I'd say just the years he would bring me and my brother to spring training. Because when he retired, I was 5, and I don't really remember much of when he actually played. So I think just bringing me to spring training brought me down to the Reds, the Blue Jays, and the Indians. Just being around those guys, those coaches, those big league players, and being in the clubhouse, seeing how they work. I think that was my favorite memories.
And he also played in this league with the Brewster Whitecaps. So was there any certain piece of advice that he gave you about playing in this league?
Just have fun, that these guys aren't. It's not as crazy as it might sound, the Cape, but it's just baseball at the end of the day. And that's his biggest advice, just have fun and just go out there and show out.
And your brother Andrew also played baseball. He played at Dayton. So how was it growing up being able to have almost like a built-in best friend?
Yeah, he's my best friend. He's 17 months older than me. He's whatever you call it, Irish brother, Irish twin. No, he's just been a really cool to have him, as an older brother, being able to look up to him. And, when he committed to play Division I baseball, I was like, I got to commit. I got to do it now. So it made me work a little bit harder. And, yeah.
And then outside of baseball, what are your passions? What does Jake Casey like to do?
I don't know. I just like to hang out. I'd say just on an off day, like a day here, I'd say just go to the beach, hang out with the guys. I just like to hang out with my friends, hang out with my girlfriend.
And at Kent State, it's a lot different playing college ball compared to the Cape Cod League. So what are some adjustments that you've had to make?
I don't know. I think, just the pitching probably, I'd say the pitching gets a little bit better up here. And I think the adjustments are just to not make too many adjustments, I think, if that makes sense. Just to go out there and just play the game of baseball, and just realize that it's a game no matter where you go.
And coming from Kent State, you had an incredible season. So are there certain takeaways that you're taking from your time there, bringing out to here to Orleans?
Yeah, for sure. Being able to have my first year under my belt, playing every day was big. And then coming here, being able to play almost every day and be around baseball as much as I can to get better for next season.
And the chemistry within the team seems amazing, even though you've only had around a week here. So how awesome is it to have that great connection?
I don't know. The boys here are all really cool, and we all get along really well. I love these guys. just a really, really good, close group of guys who love to hit, love to talk hitting, and talk baseball.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck today.
Thank you.
That's it for this edition of the Scorching Start on the Birds Broadcast Network. Make sure you tune in at 6:30 when the Orleans Firebirds take on the Harwich Mariners.